So for today's skill building, you will be doing this skill building practice. I would like for you to reproduce these marks in the blank square. And so some of the things that I want to highlight is I want for you to realize that some of these lines are darker and some lines appear lighter. Some lines are also thicker and some lines appear thinner. So I want for you to try to replicate what you see in the box, in the empty box. If you don't have a printer, don't worry. What you can do is you can use a blank piece of paper. Just draw yourself a square. And then what you will do is you will duplicate what you see from when you're looking at that worksheet on your device. And so you can just create those on there, on your blank square. You'll take a photo when you're finished and post those on your virtual sketchbook. And so to kind of go over a few tips and tricks, because one of the things that I want for you to practice is the fact that you are creating implied lines and imaginary lines. And so when you are creating, you really should see that hard edge that shows up in between. And this right here would be considered an implied line. Lines like this that are not really there can be considered an imaginary or a psychological line. So down at the bottom is another bit of practice. So I want for you to create some sort of an implied or imaginary line in that space. You can choose to use the same image or you can create your own. To create your own, what you can do is you're going to start off by drawing your lines really lightly. And then you can fill in lines around it but when you come up to that edge, you're going to want to stop so that it appears as though it's not there. And so I'm trying to do this quickly. I'm hoping that you will take some more time to kind of get that neat. But you can use all kinds of different lines. If you want to scribble, you can use scribble lines. It's just that when you hit that edge, and if you go over that edge, that's not a problem because you can always take your eraser, go back, and then make those lines disappear. You're going to want to erase your original guidelines as well so that it appears as though there was never a line there. So practice that in this skill building, and then again, you're going to post that picture in your virtual sketchbook. Those sketchbooks will be due on Friday for a grade. Make sure that you don't neglect to do your description. So what you're going to do is you're going to describe the imaginary or the implied lines that you created with the marks. There is a word bank here for you to use some of that academic vocabulary to help you write out your sentence.